News 46 is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Goldtown, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, things are looking brighter for the Tonopah Medical Center. A Supreme Court judge talks about domestic violence, and 2 are transported from an accident. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Friday, October 23rd, 2015. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. There are new developments concerning the recently shuttered Tonopah Hospital. The doors closed on the health center in August because of financial reasons. Residents have to now travel up to 100 miles to get medical attention. The Nye County Commissioners have accepted the proposal from a renowned health center in Reno.
One question. You covered a lot of what I wanted to ask. We need to meet quarterly with the hospital district. We need to see how it's doing. You have to win back the support of the people to get them to use the services up there. I'd like us to start with telemedicine. I'd like urgent care as quickly as we could too. What kind of lease would you be looking for? I don't want to be back here in 6 months and told it can't work. I mean, you know, of course we're dealing with some unknowns, but go ahead.
So if you go back to the presentation I did last time here also, we had proposed that we would sign a 5-year lease, but we need a very nominal lease amount for that service.
Right.
So, you know, if it was $1 a year lease or whatever we had to do something like that, that's what we're asking.
And that helps us keep that cost down too.
Here's the deal, folks, with the NRSs that you're reading. If you read them absolutely literally, you can find anything that you want to in there. But the point is, if there is nothing in the NRSs that says, Nye County, you can't do that, then by all means, let's try it. That's what we worked so hard for in the last legislative session, was to get functional home rule. And that's exactly what functional home rule is. You do what you need to do to take care of your citizens until something in the law specifically says you cannot do that. And I can't find it in that NRS. Thank you.
Commissioner Boraski, you have anything?
Well, yes, I just have a comment that the gentleman was talking about use some of the hospital district money to support them, yet that hospital district's supposed to pay the county back close to somewhere around $3 million. So I don't know how all that's going to work to divide up $250K a year. So that one really just kind of threw me for a loop, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
May
yes,
I comment on that as well?
Yes, Commissioner, go ahead.
I would much rather have the property and the equipment located in Tonopah secured by that $3 million and never see a dime of it back than to have an opportunity like this fail simply because we didn't get paid back. They're going to pay it back eventually, simply by being here, if nothing else. They'll use that equipment. That equipment's ours. It didn't have to be sold off to pay the debtors.
We caught up with Supreme Court Justice Christina Pickering at the No to Abuse fundraiser to talk about domestic violence.
This organization is fantastic. The people who are behind it, the staff, the volunteers, the board, the people who have come out and supported it. And the show tonight, the slideshow of the 20-year history, was deeply moving to show how far they've come over that period of time.
You spoke a little bit about domestic violence in Nevada, and you kind of looking into it to seeing if it was something that was just more prevalent here in the state, or if it was nationwide. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and it's truly nationwide. It's in every state. Nevada is not unique. That said, we have a serious domestic violence issue in Nevada, as in almost every state in this country.
Do you have any answers for what should be done or could be done about that?
I think that actually I was surprised looking at this issue on the fact that statistically, apparently, the efforts that have been made and over the past 10, 15 years are actually starting to show results, and the statistical count is slightly down. I think that's attributable to better laws, better reporting, more openness, more community support, more police protection, more judicial involvement. I think the system as a whole is trying to remedy and address the situation, and I actually think from the national statistics it's bearing fruit.
Can you tell me, we were speaking a little bit about more openness and the way that police handle the situations now, taking the victims a little bit more seriously. When you look at just 20 years ago and the difference to nowadays, and being more open about it and victims being able to speak up without shame.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right, and I think that's probably the most important piece in the entire puzzle is people knowing that there are resources there that can help them, that it is not a matter of shame, that it affects everybody in all walks of life, and it is an inheritance that you don't have to accept. If a child's parents are abusive to one another and to the child, the chances that that child will grow up and himself become an abuser or herself become an abuser are so much higher. And so if you can break that cycle and say, we are not going to accept this inheritance, we're going to reject it, you can move it forward. And the only way to do that is to have people have the courage to go and do something about what's happening in their homes and in their schoolrooms and in their lives. So.
Former Subway spokesman Jared Fogle has paid out a total of $1 million to 10 of his victims. Fogle pleaded guilty in August to federal charges of child pornography and having sex with minors. As part of that plea, he agreed to pay $1.4 million in restitution to his victims. Checks for $100,000 have now been delivered to 3 of those victims who are now adults, as well as to the parents of 7 other victims who are still minors. 4 more victims will receive their payments pending some administrative details. Fogle is scheduled to be sentenced on November 19th and faces between 5 and 12.5 years in prison. As we head into our first break, let's join Jeff Simmons at the Pahrump Nugget.
Hello everybody, I'm Jeff Simmons here at the Pahrump Nugget. We'll start off with our $140,000 spooky drawing for cash drawings for the month of October. We're still continuing for one more week from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. once an hour. Some lucky person will win $100 cash. Then at 9 p.m., $1,000 in cash. And that's at all 3 properties at Goldtown, Lakeside, and the Nugget. So come on down, 15 points, get you an entry into that drawing and win some money. One more week left for that. And we'll go with bingo. We have, one more thing I want to say for Lakeside on Halloween. We have, starting at 5 p.m., we have barbecue, hot dogs, hamburgers, and sodas, and free candy to all kids around the RV park. So come on down, participate, the RV park at Lakeside. And then bingo, we have our Halloween on October 31st at the 1 and 7 p.m. sessions. We're going to have higher payouts and drawings, and we're going to also have costume contests for free slot play. So come on down, dress up, it'll be a lot of fun on Halloween. And balls on the wall every day at 3 o'clock for the remainder of this month. And I got lower buy-ins every day at the 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. sessions. Kathy over Gotown has her no split pots, paper only, every day at 11 a.m. and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 and 1 p.m. Paper players, go see Kathy over Gotown. Y'all have a great weekend. Looking forward to seeing you here. Bye-bye.